Samsung's next foldable might finally fix the biggest problems Fold users have complained about for years. Not with a completely new design, not with some crazy experimental feature, but with a series of upgrades that, when combined, could make the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra the most complete foldable Samsung has ever released. And the most interesting part? These latest leaks suggest Samsung is preparing something much bigger than a normal yearly upgrade. Let's break it down. For years, Samsung's Fold lineup has been trapped in a strange position. The hardware was impressive, the software was excellent, but every year there was always one major compromise: battery life, charging speed, weight, camera performance, the visible crease. Something always felt unfinished. Now, according to the latest rumored specifications, Samsung may finally be trying to eliminate multiple compromises at the same time. And that's why these leaks matter. Because they don't just tell us what the Fold 8 Ultra could be, they tell us what Samsung thinks the future of foldables should look like. Starting with performance. The Fold 8 Ultra is expected to use the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Galaxy, built on TSMC's advanced 3nm process. The leaked clock speeds are extremely aggressive, reaching up to 4.74 GHz. If those numbers are accurate, this would likely become the fastest foldable phone on the market at launch. But raw speed isn't the real story. The real story is AI. Samsung has spent the last 2 years transforming Galaxy AI from a marketing feature into a core part of the user experience. A more powerful chipset means faster on-device AI processing, better image generation, smarter multitasking, and more advanced productivity features running directly on the phone. That's where Samsung appears to be investing heavily. Then we get to one of the most requested upgrades: battery. The leaked specs point to a 5,000 mAh battery paired with 45-watt wired charging and upgraded wireless charging support. Now, 45-watt charging may not sound revolutionary when Chinese brands are pushing far higher numbers, but for Samsung Fold users, this would be a meaningful improvement, because foldables have historically sacrificed battery performance to maintain thin designs. If Samsung can deliver better endurance without increasing thickness, that's a major win. Speaking of thickness, the leaked dimensions are incredibly interesting. Just 4.1mm unfolded, 8.9mm folded, and a reported weight of only 215 grams. Think about that for a second. An 8-inch tablet-sized display that weighs roughly the same as many flagship slab phones. If Samsung achieves these numbers, it would represent one of the most significant engineering improvements we've seen in the Fold series. But perhaps the most important display upgrade isn't size, it's the crease. The leak mentions a new dual UTG display structure with a laser-drilled support plate designed to create a nearly crease-free folding experience. For years, competitors have been closing the gap with Samsung in foldable hardware. A dramatic crease reduction would be one of the clearest signs Samsung intends to reclaim leadership in foldable display technology. Now let's talk cameras. The rumored setup includes a 200-megapixel main sensor, a 50-megapixel ultra-wide camera, and a 10-megapixel telephoto lens with 3x optical zoom. At first glance, some people may focus on what's missing. No huge zoom upgrade, no periscope camera. But I think Samsung's strategy here is becoming clear. Rather than chasing headline numbers, Samsung appears focused on delivering flagship-level image quality while keeping the device thin and lightweight. And honestly, that's probably the right trade-off for most Fold buyers. The camera experience also benefits from the larger display, but software is where things start getting more interesting, because Samsung isn't just adding features anymore. They're trying to make the Fold experience feel smarter. Leaks suggest improvements to multitasking, app automation, AI workflows, scam detection, and Fold-specific features designed to protect the inner display. And honestly, some of these sound genuinely useful. Not flashy, not headline-grabbing, just useful, which is exactly what Fold users usually care about. But then we get to the problem, the reason I'm still struggling with the Ultra name. Because once you call something Ultra, people stop judging it as a Fold. They start judging it against every Ultra phone available, and suddenly the conversation changes. The IP rating reportedly stays the same. Charging still isn't class-leading. Some premium materials may be disappearing instead of improving, and prices could be increasing again. So while Samsung is fixing old weaknesses, I'm not convinced they're creating new strengths, and that's the difference. A great upgrade fixes problems. An Ultra device sets new standards.
Right now, the Fold 8 Ultra feels like Samsung finally catching up on things Fold users have wanted for years, which is definitely good news. But whether that's enough to justify the Ultra branding, I'm not completely sold. The Fold 8 Ultra might end up being the best fold Samsung has ever made. The question is whether being the best fold automatically makes it an Ultra, and that's something we'll only know once Samsung finally makes it official.